Hi everyone. Today we have our mentee Nikhilesh with us. Nikhilesh is a fifth year student from Symbiosis Law School, Pune. He joined the Holistic Development Growthcamp for law students in his fifth year. So let us hear from him what inspired him to join the Holistic Development Growthcamp and if we were able to fulfill his expectations or not. So hi Nikhilesh, how would you like to introduce yourself to our audience?
Um, I would like to introduce myself as a fifth year law student. As you said, currently pursuing my education in Symbiosis Pune. I'm part of the BBA LLB batch. And I joined the course because, as every other fifth year student or fourth year student, I wanted to get a job. And having been following Samanika ma'am's work for a very long time, and also the work that YLCC does, I wanted to I knew that they were better and it was a better website than any other place where hiring or where teaching about how people would be hired is done in a more structured way than the other websites that I've gone on to. So that is how my start with the YLCC family happened. And I'm so happy that it ended up as everybody wants into a job offer being rolled out in the end.
Right. So what inspired you to join the Holistic Development Growth Camp of YLCC?
Yeah, so I think as answered before, it was about getting a job, but it was more on the fact that what you should not do to not secure a job. So I feel that most of the firms and companies focus on the why, but some of them or most of them don't focus on the why not. So, for example, from your CV to your cover letter, I knew that Samanika ma'am follows a particular format which helps the recruiters understand you more as an individual. I'm not trying to say that I am better or anybody is better than anybody in the market, but I do believe that the way you posture yourself or appear yourself textually before you meet somebody physically makes a lot of difference, at least in the Indian market. So I feel YLCC puts together a really good package of an individual as a whole. So that is what motivated me to join the YLCC Growth Camp. And I'd also worked with Samanika ma'am before. So I knew that she was a person with a drive and to achieve the best and to bring out the best in a person like me. So that is what led me to this journey.
Right. So what were your key learnings and takeaways and how have they helped you in your professional journey so far?
So, I mean, I'm sure Samanika ma'am will get angry with me for this, but my learnings have extended to my own friends. So I think that counts for a lot. That shows that what kind of learning she inculcates in people that join her course. But to get into specifics, I think I learned two, three things that are very critical for the job market in India. One, I learned as to how to draft my CV a particular way, as I said before, which is appealing. And more than appealing, I believe brings out what exactly someone has done. So the difference between an abstract sentence like I went and attended court proceedings versus I attended court proceedings for a particular topic, or this is what I understood from my course proceedings, is a differentiation that I understood when I enrolled into the growth camp. Or for example, in your cover letter, when someone writes, oh, you have an esteemed firm and you're a great personality, compared to, okay, you know what, this is what I've done till now in my course, this is what I can do for you, this is what I can learn from you, and this is what we will both lead to at the end of the day, showing that I can do something for you more than me being a liability. I can be an asset. I think these were some of the qualities that I learned from the Holistic Growth Camp as to how to position yourself in a way that would lead to the final result of getting hired. Because in my mind, more than this being a growth camp of personality, which of course it is, you for a third year, for a second year, it's more on the personality basis as to how to write, how to execute, etc. But I felt as a person in my fourth or fifth year, which is where people really need a push or a help, considering the number of people who apply to the same position, I felt that's what the growth camp helped me, which is to position myself in a way that makes me more attractive than the candidates that are already in the room.
Right. So how would you like to share your experience of the one-on-one mentorship sessions that we have?
So the one-on-one mentorship sessions that Samanika ma'am and I had were more like uh, David versus Goliath. So I would say that it was funny because you go in with an interpretation as a fourth or a fifth year that you know it all, only to be broken by the fallacies of a person like Samanika ma'am or anybody. in fact, who works at YLCC. So I would say for the first 1 or 2 times, it was a pretty big hit on one's ego. Because you feel that, the CV is the best, you have worked with tier ones, there's nothing that can stop you. And then you realize where all you have messed up and what all you have messed up. So it can range from a typographical error to something that is as big as a spelling mistake or not framing it correctly. But I mean, jokes aside, the one-on-one mentorship sessions for me were an eye-opener. An eye-opener to the fact that what I thought works didn't work. What I thought didn't work probably worked. So I feel that it gave me a sense of structure. So they say that once you build the pot, you can't mold it again. But I thought that as a law student, such a session really helped me mold myself in a particular way, which lets you transition from a college student to an employable candidate. So I would say as I put it, as a fifth year student, it made me somebody who the employer has to hire from the perspective of employer can choose to hire. So I think that bridge is what was covered by the mentorship sessions. And I don't think I can put it across in any way better that if this bridge can be done in a one-on-one mentor session that lasts for an hour and a half, then YLCC and the leader that controls YLCC is doing something very, very right.
All right, Nikhilesh, thank you so much for your time. I, on behalf of YLCC, wish you a very best for the future.
Thank you so much. What a pleasure to speak to you.